It's slippery Rattle Patch Kids. How we doing? Just cleaning the portal. Clean this real quick. There we go. Okay. Oops. All right. What's up, Rattle Patch Kids? How we doing? How's your inner child? There's the spot. Okay. Rattlebee and I, let's get some better lighting. All right. So Rattlebee and Rattlebee is my inner child superhero. And I believe we all have an inner child superhero. And Rattlebee represents truth, that we are bone underneath this meat flesh that I believe we are renting on planet Earth. And Rattlebones is short for Rattlebee. And with that being said, Rattlebee, be yourself, be you, be expressive. It's our birthright to create. And let me put him down right here. So, yeah, as always, take what resonates. I am just going to channel what comes out of my body. This is part of the medicine, believe it or not, soul medicine. And here we believe issues are in the tissues, and movement is medicine. And I believe movement can be, I don't know, broken down in so many different snake skins, so to speak. Movement can be like this, or movement can be speaking your truth, whatever aligns for you. But for me, movement is embodiment and being fluent. And so that's what we do here. And this morning, if you witnessed Rattlebee in the mirror, this is all mirror work. And I don't know if you ever looked at yourself in the mirror. And I also believe we have been conditioned to look at ourselves and just tear ourselves down or compare ourselves to other people. And that's why normally I have the camera flipped because I am just showing up for myself. And then I tell myself, maybe, just maybe, there is a soul that may need to hear this. Now, I don't know if anyone remembers COVID, and I believe it was in 2020. I believe COVID was in 2020. And just to give you a little bit of a background about myself, my name is Dr. Rattle, Death of the Ego, Rebirth of the Inner Child. And here we don't do medicine, we do frequency, and we do high vibration. Okay. So during COVID, so I also want to state this, I'm in healthcare. And during COVID, we had to wear the mask, we had to wear the gowns, we even had to wear the booties. It was awful. Oh my God, it was awful. And I think so many reasons why it was awful. One, you was just sweat. You would just sweat. You have the scrubs on, and then you have your PPE on, and you would just be sweating bullets. And the worst would be you had to go into the patient's room, and then you had to take all of it off and then put new PPE on. It's a process. The point of the matter is, this is my PPE here. And what am I protecting myself from? I'm protecting my energy, right? I feel like in this time that we are in, Venom feels so entitled to know everything about you, or to feel like you are a garbage disposal with unprocessed emotion that that person will be carrying, and then they just vomit it all over the screen. Mm-mm. I want to get some better lighting. There we go. So this is my PPE, okay? And this is also a sacred space. And what does that mean? It means we don't put up with chaos, we don't put up with drama, we don't put up with negativity, none of that. There is so much of that already going on in the world, and I don't need that here. So, I just wanted to state that. Now, welcome to the ER playground. And ER means embodied release. And if you never heard of that, the easiest way I can explain this is you're in the shower, you're getting ready for work, you have the radio on, and you're just, oh, oh, yeah. You're just vibing, right? There's no right, there's no wrong. You're just moving your body as if you are in a wave, and the wave is just carrying you. Another good example would be you're at a club, you're at a bar, your song comes on, you just start moving your body. I have never seen anyone, again, this is my own personal feedback, my own personal journaling. I have never seen anyone bust out choreography in the bathroom, or, and I mean like 5, 6, 7, 8. Normally, I just see souls just vibing, right? It's just about the vibe. So with that being said, that's what I mean by ER. And to flip it into the 3D world, the ER means emergency, right? And that's where it connects. Issues are in the tissues, suppressed energy, suppressed emotion in the body. Ugh, I'm already getting hot in this. And I'm just someone that I actions speak louder than words for me. And I was tired of just talking about it, so I created a space where anyone can slither in and witness. It's all about witnessing here. It's not about fixing, because believe it or not, we are not broken. I know we have been told and conditioned that we are broken, but I also want to state here, you're not broken. And especially in healthcare, we have been taught to fix and to heal. And I'm not here to heal you. I am not here to fix you. I am here just to witness and connect to God, source, spirit, and that green dot that I'm looking at right now, that I'm talking to God. Because I don't see anyone else in here. Hello? No. So, the playground. The playground is our vortex. And if anyone has ever listened to Dolores Cannon or fuck, what's his name? Joe Dispenza, they talk about the vortex, or Abraham Hicks, they talk about the vortex. And the easiest way that I can describe it for myself, you get lost, and not lost, but loss of joy and creativity, and you lose track of time, and you just feel so electric. You feel so alive in your body. And BFF, let me explain that to myself. When you think about it, you go to the park, you go to the club, you're with your clique, your bestie, your crew. My reflection is my crew. My ancestors, the angels, the things that I can't see with the naked eye, that's my crew. And of course, the Rattle Patch Kids, absolutely. And Rattlebee, oh, sorry, buddy. His glasses fell off. Rattlebee is my BFF. My inner child, higher conscience. And a good example would be Yoda and Luke Skywalker. Praised, you know, worshipped. Probably made millions off of Star Wars. Totally acceptable. Great. So is this. Now, to flip it, BFF also means birthright, frequency, freedom, freedom of liberation, freedom to create. Hopefully, you don't ask permission to breathe. Hopefully, you don't ask permission to blink. So, why on God's name are we going to wait and ask for permission to move our body and to express? And then we have X2, which means amped, soul, electric, out of this world, just frequency. So that is what the title means. And I will say this. So now I'm starting just to get into my flow state. So hang on tight, we're going on a ride. I know my YouTube channel has changed, but again, just like snakes shed, I shed. And when you step back from using other artists' music, it just transforms into something more me, if that makes any sense. Because I said it and I'll say it again, and I don't know if anyone truly understands it unless you move your body constantly, going live constantly, using other artists constantly. That sounds cool until it's not cool. And this is what happens that YouTube or other social media platforms don't tell you. You get strikes, you get copywritten. It happens and it's frustrating. So what do? Instead of being angry, we created our own vibration, our own sound. And I understand, trust me. I understand it ain't Britney Spears. I understand it ain't Missy Elliott and 50 Cent. I know. I know. But that's okay because that is their energy, and I have moved my body. I have expressed my energy into those artists for 37 years. That's a long time. Take this off. It's getting hot. And so now we are in the process of making our own frequency. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. But I feel like if it was easy, everyone would do it, right? And I feel like it takes dedication, it takes passion, it takes a drive. And so I've been absent for a while, meaning I would go to YouTube, I would do injections. And when I say injections, I mean I would create shorts, but using other artists using their music, and it comes to a point in my life where it's all about growth. And when I look into this mirror, just like I'm looking into this reflection right now, I want to tell my story. I want to move through a rhythm that speaks to my soul and speaks to my inner child. So, therefore, that's why we are creating our own vibration here, our own sound. Warning, it's not for everyone. That's totally fine because I didn't make it for everyone. I made it for me and whoever it aligns with. Beautiful. So, hopefully that explains some things. So this morning, I'm giving myself compassion. I just been so exhausted, like emotionally, spiritually exhausted, trying to manage just life, trying to manage parenthood, partnership, dogs, gym, social media. Now that we have a frequency drop happening soon, aka an album. Yeah, I know, right? Rattle Patch Kids, we are making a freaking album, baby. Because why not? And so there's that. I believe I created, I'm sorry, Rattlebee and I birthed two other vibrations today, and we'll give you a little sneak peek to that later. And it was just writing about my mom. I don't know who's watching, but me and my mom are not close. I wish we were close. My partner and I went out to dinner a couple nights ago. It was really nice. And Megan Trainor was on, and the song was, I don't know what the title of the song is called, but she was talking about her mom is the bomb. And I was like, oh, I wish my mom and I were the bomb diggity. And I wish I could just call my mom and see her and be with her. But the reality is, that's not how it is. And so, um, there's a lot of trauma around my mom and I's relationship. And I love my mom deeply, yes. And I forgive my mom, yes. However, there's scars on my soul from what has happened with my mom and I. And it feels really nice just to write it and get it out. But not only that, to express it through movement. That's what I really love the most. It's like you're getting the best of both worlds. You can create your own sound, your own vibration, write your lyrics that come from the soul, and then you can birth it. So that was really humbling. And when I was just thinking about my mom and I and our relationship, I was getting a little teary eyed because it's fragile. Yeah. I don't know if anyone has any relationships that are fragile, especially with parents. And I look at the analytics here, not to bend myself like a pretzel because I'm not here to prove anything. I'm just here to exist. I'm here to just be myself. Take it or leave it, right? And I realized and I saw that I think by 2% men, I think it was like 51% men, and I think 47 or 48% female, which is beautiful because we're all about the masculine and the feminine here. Because here we believe we are one. Because underneath this meat flesh, there is purity, there is bone. There's no pink bone, blue bone, black bone, just purity of bone. And so here we have the masculine and the feminine, okay? And so I think that's very important because especially men have been told, don't cry, don't move like that, don't wear that, don't express that. But then I tell myself, what does that do to the body when you keep all of that emotion in for years and decades? And it's like this. It's like you have to go to the bathroom. Let's just say you have to take a shit, okay? And then you're holding it and holding it and holding it. What happens? It starts to build up. You start to get cramps. You might be bloated. So imagine holding in emotion like that. Hmm, no thanks. And I have seen what happens, especially when men hold in emotion. I'll just speak from my own personal experience. My mom was beat like a rag doll. hmm And I tell myself, when this all started to happen, I was telling myself, how can someone say that they love you and then they beat the fuck out of you? Hmm, interesting. And I think I really started to grow angry towards my mother because I didn't understand why my mom would stay in a relationship with someone who treated her so unkindly. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand, and I still don't. And so then I was telling myself, where is this anger coming from? And so now it all clicks, right? That emotion that my mom's boyfriend was carrying, maybe he was taking that anger and frustration out on my mom. Hmm, maybe. I don't know. But maybe. And well, I haven't said this recently, but I just graduated from um, a leadership program, and it was about facilitating and nonviolent communication, active listening, um, solistic inquiry, holistic, 360 awareness, the seven habits. I mean, the list goes on. But the point of the matter is this. There are a lot of men in that beautiful space that have had a lot of trauma, a lot of trauma. And that's another reason why this space is sacred. 'Cause let's just play a game. Let's just say Rattlebee is moving the body in the mirror, and a Rattle Patch brother, states, "Oh, this kind of has a little vibe to it." And then maybe your inner child says, "I want to play. I want to move." And then maybe you start to move your body a little bit. And then here comes Venom. Bro, no. What am I witnessing? And this is where it's just mind boggling because at the end of the day, we are talking to a screen. So whatever I say out of my mouth is coming right back towards me, right? And I don't know what happened in the communication where when you talk to someone, don't you just state their name? Like, hey, Jessica, how are you today? You know you're talking to Jessica, right? Or, hey, Billy, how are you today? Oh, I'm doing good. How are you? That's normally how a conversation would go in the real world. But social media, I feel like social media is a big game. And it's sad. It's sad that these platforms exist in the way that they do, and there's no boundaries around them. And not everyone has a strong nervous system. And so when you're getting constantly projected at for just being yourself, we haven't been taught that, oh, those projections actually have nothing to do with me. We have been conditioned, oh, they're talking to me, I must change. I must do this, I must do that. Uh-uh. It actually has nothing to do with you. That's just it's sad because so many souls bend themselves like a pretzel trying to please so many people. And the question is, why? For what? So, that is part of what I rattle out in the mirror, Rattleby and I. And so I've been really just exhausted because I've been trying to balance YouTube, I've been trying to balance TikTok, and I feel so lean out with TikTok. Truly, I invested so much time into TikTok, and I feel like because TikTok really wants you to play that game of open up comments and let us dump everything on you. And I'm just like, it's not even about me, right? It's about the souls who want to feel safe. And then they see that I wouldn't feel safe. I wouldn't feel safe at all. And the goal is safety, right? Just like you get into a car, you put on a seatbelt for safety. It's a boundary. And let's just say, God forbid, you don't put on a seatbelt and something happens. It's safety. And I feel like it's also maturity because the human brain, my personal opinion, I don't think we're supposed to get that much dopamine. Like, how can you communicate with all of those people? I don't understand, how is that a real connection? I feel like this is real connection. I'm connecting with myself and whomever else is here. I have no idea. But I told myself I'm showing up no matter what, because this is how I heal my soul. So this morning, I did not wake up at 4 in the morning. I know it's something that I'm working on, and once I get back into the routine, but baby steps. Because Rattlebee and I have been building our own vibration. So staying up late and just writing and finding the right beat and finding the right sound. And just, we have been in surgery, so to speak. And today was, I think, the first day where Rattlebee and I have really just dove into our playlist that we've created. And oh my God, so much fear. Not fear, is it fear? I think a little bit of fear because again, for those who are witnessing, I desire them to have a good time and move their body, but it's not even about that. Deeper is about showing up for yourself, self-care for your inner child, and being in a sacred space where you can just be yourself, however that looks. So, that is what we did this morning. We woke up and we moved. And for those who witnessed, thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for witnessing. And so I wrote this song, this vibration this morning about my mom. And the lyrics, I was writing like crazy. And so, very simple. Mama, I'm looking for you. Mama, I don't understand this pain. Mama, are we safe here? Mama, why are you black and blue? Chorus. Please wake me up when it's over. Please, let's run away. Please, God, help us. Please, please. Actually. Okay, next verse. Mama, why are you crying? Mama, why did you leave me alone? Mama, I love you. Mama, I forgive you. And then we go back to the chorus. Okay. And let's just pause. Does anyone, spirits, gods, whoever's here, Rattle Patch Kids, does that resonate? A parent leaving you, you're not understanding where they are, or you're seeing your mom or dad in distress, and you're probably asking, what's happening? I didn't understand. Like I was stating before, I did not understand abuse, especially when someone said that they love you. But deeper than that, I don't understand, how can we hurt people? Especially when I believe we're all the same. Hmm. Story time! So, my mom, this is so ironic, but my mom wanted to try out for making the band. We were in Virginia Beach. That's actually my hometown, Virginia Beach. And my mom's boyfriend, so it was me, my mom, My sister Carly and my other brother Carter. I don't believe my other siblings were born at the time. There's 7 of us. Can you believe it? 7. And I'm the oldest, 37 years old. And so anyway, we were in Virginia Beach, and my mom wanted to try out for making the band, with Puff Daddy mm. And so my mom always wanted to be a singer. Me, not so much. I love music, yes, but I'm more of an in-body, like, however, I love to write. I love to storytell. And so that's what I've been kind of doing. But anyway, so my mom, I don't know if this is true or not, but my mom told me that she went to school with Missy Elliott. I don't know if that's true, but that's what she said. And my mom really loved Whitney, Mariah, and I remember my mom, my mom loved to clean. And I think that's where I kind of get it from. But she would open the windows, and it reminded me so much of Cinderella, how Cinderella mixed with Snow White, how the birds and like the butterflies would just fly around and come to those characters. But I felt like that when my mom sung. Like my mom had such a beautiful voice. And I believe we all have beautiful voices. I don't really understand these shows like American Idol and all of these things where you have to prove yourself. Prove what? You're breathing on earth. You are already divine and beautiful. I don't understand these shows, but whatever. So, anywho, my mom and I really bonded with music, and I thank her for that. So back to the story. I don't know what my mom said, but she said something to her boyfriend. I refuse to call him dad because he was not my dad. To me, at the time, he was a jerk. And I know that's not kind, but that's what I thought, and I had no respect for him. Anyone who beats a woman, I just don't have respect for. I mean, compassion, yes. But at the time, I was just so angry, and I did not understand. I just don't understand that. But anyway, so my mom said something, and one thing led to another. He beat her up. So she couldn't actually try out for making the band because her face is all bruised. And so fast forward a little bit, there's this producer, and it's interesting because Brandy, the singer Brandy, like Monica and Brandy, I guess Brandy just did I don't know if it was an interview or an article, but she was talking about a producer. And this is interesting because that producer that she was talking about, my mom was talking through was it AOL? That's what it was. God. And so my mom didn't have money, and so she was going to, you know, put two and two together, use her body for studio time. And so we were all in a hotel, and warning, this is graphic. Anyway, we were all in a hotel. My brother, my sister, and myself, we were on the carpet because we didn't have a house. We were like staying in hotels time to time. And my mom's boyfriend worked with computers. Like he was like a computer geek. He just and he can breaking the passcodes, all of these things. Very smart, very intelligent. And so I remember it just like yesterday, Rattle Patch Kids. I think we were watching Cartoon Network, and my mom was on the bed, and my mom's boyfriend was at a little table, and he kept asking my mom, I think this was on MySpace. Oh my God. MySpace, that's insane. He kept asking my mom, "What's your password?" And my mom said, "I don't know." So he kept asking her, and again, how old was I? I believe, I wanna say I was 13, 14 maybe, ish. Maybe 15. Anyway, around there. My sister, she was young, I don't know, 7, 6, 7 years old, toddlers, okay? And one thing led to another. We were just sitting on the laying on the floor watching TV, and you just saw sparks. And I look, and the so back in the day, we didn't have like laptops. Back in the day, there was like a monitor screen, and then there was actually like the computer itself. And so the monitor is what he picked up and threw at my mom's head. What the fuck? So he throws a monitor screen at my mom's head. Sparks fly everywhere. I'm getting goosebumps. Sparks fly everywhere. Blood coming down my mom's face. And I can't move. I am shocked. It looks like something you would see in a fucking movie. And my mom is so tiny and petite little thing, and he just fucking picks her up, puts her against the wall with one hand, and just goes at it. My sister screaming, my brothers are crying, my brother is crying. I am just like, I'm scared to even say anything because I am thinking, oh, that's gonna be me next. And I was just frozen. And thank God, thank God, the um someone called the police because of the noise complaints, and the door, you know how you have those security locks, or I don't know what you call them, but those little chains where you open the door and then it doesn't fully open because that little hatch, that's what's called, little hatch lock. And thank God my brother and my sister, it's just, I can't believe I remember this so clearly. So I don't how did I do it? So my sister got on her hands and knees, my brother climbed on her back so he can unlock the latch for the police officers. So the police officers came in, they grabbed my mom's boyfriend off of her. Eh, My mom doesn't even look recognizable. Does not look recognizable. Now, have you ever seen your mom be beaten? Hmm. To the point where she wasn't even recognizable? So, ay, ay, ay. What a fucking mess. So they interview us. The cops are here. They're asking questions and they're taking pictures of my mom's face and uh wild. Wild, wild, wild. So I had just anger because you know what's just sad? My mom went back to him. So in these lyrics, please God help us. So now when I embody it, it's going to hit like a lightning bolt, right? Because it's my own personal experience. No one would understand that. Just like I don't know what Britney Spears was going through when she wrote Sometimes, or when she wrote Drive Me Crazy, or Rihanna, Love on the Brain, Mariah Carey, Love Takes Time, or you don't really truly know. You can assume and you can think, and then you can kind of put it in your own little story, of course. That's the beautiful thing about music. But when you write it from your own personal viewpoint, and then you can embody it, it's medicine for me. So we're gonna have a little snippet of what it sounds like. It's called Black and Blue. Okay. Let's see. Why are you crying? Why did you wake me up when it's over? That's a little sneak, little peek what we've been working on. And then I found this really cool. I forgot I made this, but the problem, suppression epidemic, anxiety, depression, heart disease, and burnout are skyrocketing. The current solutions are limited. Gyms focus only on physique. Studios equals choreograph, which can be intimidating. Bars and clubs, unsafe, judgmental, fueled by alcohol. Mental health often ignores the body. None of this addresses suppressed energy in the body directly. So everything we do here is getting suppressed energy out. It can be good, it can be bad, it can be joy, it can be anger, frustration, whatever it is, it's welcomed here. And for that, this has to be a sacred space because believe it or not, it's a lot what I have found when when I've been doing this practice with actual humans, it's very difficult for them to look at themselves in the mirror. Hmm. I had a brother here and I had a sister because I wanted to do the masculine and the feminine. And it was so beautiful how they have showed up and birthed their inner child superhero. And it's interesting just to hear, because we go back to the childhood. Like, think of a time where you felt so free and liberating in your body, as a kid. And it's fun to go on that adventure with the individual, the Rattle Patch Kid, aka my clients, and just to witness them. And what I would do is I don't even do anything. I just kind of sit like I'm sitting now, and I will play some music, and then they will move their body, right? And it's not like it's it's challenging. It's and Then I'll pause the music, and then I would be like, okay, what are you feeling in your body right now? And then I'll play a different song, and then I'll ask the same question again. And what's beautiful is their answers, they start to get deeper. They start to go more deep within, and because everything's internal, right? And that's why we drink water here. No shade to caffeine, coffee, but if I won't give it to my dog, I ain't drinking it. And I've been really trying to cut back on caffeine. And it's not like I drink a lot of it, but I might like to have a little Celsius here and there. Is that bad? I don't know. However, I am just really trying to, I don't know, just monitor what I put in my body, especially when I don't know, I feel like the more that I get older, I'm like, fuck, I'm not a young chicken. Meaning I'm not 21, I'm not like 10 years old. I have to be very mindful of what I put in my body. And I also will state, when I have been creating the ER playground and birthing Rattlebee, my gym routine kind of slacked, and like, I used to run all the time, but I'm getting it back. And a lot of it is just, yeah, I've ate donuts. Yeah, I liked crumble cookies. And I see, oh shit. I gotta be careful with that. So I've been really working hard to get 2.0 body back, because my body is my temple and movement is my medicine. So therefore, if I want to do this until the day I die, physically, I have to take care, not I have to, I choose to take care of my avatar. So I'm not saying Celsius is wrong or bad. I'm just saying I have to be mindful, and I want to drink way more water. The goal is a gallon a day. Keep a doctor away. And apples, and you'll be amazed how fruits, the fruit that comes out of the ground from Mother Nature, how many benefits it actually has, and how much energy it can actually give you, than instead of drinking something out of a can. Just saying. And you know what's really interesting? I was at the gym, and I saw this commercial, Rattle Patch Kids, and my mouth dropped to the floor. I saw this commercial of this cartoon commercial, and this dog, maybe you've seen it, this dog drinks fucking Red Bull. What? And then he ties up his owner around the tree, and then goes to this girl dog, and then they have like this little secret rendezvous. And I'm like, really? Can we just dissect this real quick? If I would give my dog Brody Red Bull right now, what do you think would happen to him? Oh, wait. No. It won't be good for his little heart. And you know what's interesting? The dog that they showed in that commercial, it wasn't no fucking pit bull. It wasn't no German Shepherd. It was a tiny little dog. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand it, because shit, dogs are really highly intelligent beings, high vibration frequency. I don't think they need fucking Red Bull, but yet that is what we are showing on TV. It doesn't make sense to me. Just weird. See, I said it. Weird. I don't understand it. But am I bashing it? No. What am I doing about it? Moving my body in the mirror. period, right? So, yeah, how am I feeling? I'm feeling good. It's good just to talk to myself. Does anyone talk to themselves? And if not, then I'll be the first. It's liberating, truly. And yeah, I'm just showing up for myself. And that alone is magical. So, as always, take what resonates. And I'm excited to move my body. I'm excited to create some more. We are going to create some more visuals today. So, that's always fun to be in my creative little space. And thank you. You're seen here and loved here. And we'll see you in the mirror. Much love.